that got hauled into tires.
Fala aí, pessoal do canal, quem fala com você aqui é Vitor Cândido, do canal Cândido N7, aqui nessa plataforma, e vamos continuar o gameplay de Final Fantasy 16. Jogasse, hein? Jogo grande. Eu não espero menos que isso. Final Fantasy não costuma ser jogo pequeno, não. Bom jogatina pra vocês já viram algum vídeo anterior. Se não curtiram, deixar seu like, verifica a sua inscrição, ajuda muito no crescimento do nosso canal. Muito obrigado a vocês que prestigiam a nossa série de vídeos de gameplays. É uma coisa que eu tô dando o hábito de fazer, sempre tive vontade de fazer. Eu sei que nunca foi o forte do canal, mas eu deixei de ficar fazendo o canal apenas o que as pessoas querem que eu faça. Às vezes a gente tem que fazer, já que o canal não rende nada mesmo, que seja meu divertimento, meu entretenimento, minha oportunidade de interagir com vocês, e toda a base de dados sobre problemas NVIDIA e AMD continua aqui. E em breve eu pretendo fazer alguns vídeos focados no conteúdo NVIDIA, para poder ajudar você no seu dia a dia a otimizar a sua placa de vídeo. Fique atento aos próximos vídeos do canal.
Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask. I suppose not.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
dancing? Will there be thunder?
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, you will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Seems the hideaway has lost its appetite.
Clive, we have a problem. Only one? That would be a first. It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains, it fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can. Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
São 3 problemas para resolver, mas antes eu vou resolver essas missões aqui. Poder ganhar tempo, poder ganhar elas. Depois eu vou pra... Tem uma outra aqui também. Qual é essa missão primeiro aqui? Ver o que é aqui, fazer uma viagem rápida aqui.
Good day to you, Sid.
If we've no crystals to keep the catch cold, we'll have to salt everything.
We had to dig a new cellar.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite as...
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people, it may be no more than a surfeit of nerves. Understand? Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for...
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to that.
All right. I will.
Could there be any truth to these rumors, do you think?
I don't doubt that people heard or saw something. As to what it was, there's only one way to find out.
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange...
Nah, not me, Gov. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry. Any shady characters try...
All right. Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods.
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herb, ran back in.
I see.
We make for Lorbert's Pass, then.
Probably a good idea. Figments of the imagination don't sharpen swords.
You there. Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black shields. Here.
What are they doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Stay down!
Why would the Black Shields be here? Unless they're planning to move on Lostwing.
We need to warn Quentin.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding.
Black shields. The Empress's former blood, though they serve another master now. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the Stamidor. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. And bite back.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did, in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first. My friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
I'm not going to change his mind.
Tem uma missão aqui também. Vamos pra cá. Mata essa missão. Depois eu vou para as principais. São 3 problemas e missões principais para resolver.
Do you have any fresh water?
Now I just need to see about getting the word out. I want to know right away.
Bad news.
Good, actually. Something worth celebrating. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't leave her while I go in.
What exactly are you celebrating?
I've come by a particularly fine bottle of red. A Gotan...
So I've heard.
Oh, a gentleman who might sympathize with my predicament, perhaps? Would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine? I'll give you a little something for your time, of course.
Sounds simple enough.
So you'll do it. You won't need to go to Aldrich, the porter, Milan, the butcher, and Bollock, a guard over at the North Gate. 3 of the finest fellows in Bocklad, if you ask me. Tell them to come to the tavern when they finish for the day. Stop by again when you let them know, and I'll give you your little something.
I'll be right back.
Who needs a porter when it? Where'd it go?
I've been asked to find Aldrich, the porter. I don't suppose that's you, is it?
That's me right enough. You need something delivered?
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a...
If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates he had me carry down from some...
From the Empire to Boklad. You must be a braver man than...
such is the porter's lot. There's not a patch of storm these feet haven't traipsed. It's Oriflamme one day, then off to Canva the next. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. Which is why there's no shortage of competition. I'd say I've done enough for today to earn myself a cup of something tasty. Thanks for letting me know.
Please, a piece of fruit.
You'll buy something, won't you? Please. You've raised the price. Again.
I'm looking for Bolek. I was told he'd be guarding the gate.
Well,
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken delivery of a rare vintage.
I've never said no to a goat.
You must be a busy man.
No one's making for the refugee camps anymore. Meaning, would get some days you can't help but wonder what the world's coming to. You know what?
I showed you my pass. What more do you want from me?
Are you Milan, the butcher?
That's me.
The innkeeper's just had a special delivery. He thought you might...
He knows me only too well.
Wine and ham to spare.
Comes with being the place everyone has to part. We get meat from Sandbrek, herbs, or rather we did. Till not still. There's no point dwelling on it. Better to live life while you can, eh? And on that note, it sounds like there's a couple.
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
Do you have any fresh water?
I spoke to your friends. They'll be along soon.
That's fantastic news. Thank you kindly. It's been over. And the way I see it, that...
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich to go and fetch the... And then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. Those three are the backbone of Boklad. And without the market, I wouldn't have a single customer.
And more besides.
Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Be they world-weary innkeepers or brooding swordsmen. Right. I'd better prepare for my guest's arrival.
I hear you had me carrying a bottle of Gotan 66. If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though, if you're in a sharing mood.
A Gotan 66. Just as well I had something special of my own set aside. A bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows, but it...
Here they are, the three pillars of Boklad. Sit yourselves down, gentlemen. The woes of the world may be monstrous in many, but there's nothing like a...
Never a truer word spoken.
Well met. May Gilbert smile upon you.
Tem uma questão no esconderijo para resolver ainda. Além daquela missão estranha que eu nunca consigo resolver, me entender com ela. Mas tem uma outra missão aqui que eu não sei mesmo qual é. Tem que olhar por todos os cantos para poder tentar entender onde é que é essa missão. Ó.
Trouble with your gear, or something for you, dear? That it? Fine.
Ali, ó. Tá esse maisinho, eu acho que é onde tem que ir.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they've slaughtered every single one of us!
How do you suppose they'll manage that? You ever seen one of the blue bastards swim?
All this fuss over a few dark clouds.
Here, Sid. Reckon...
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this lovely bit of kit, it is. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it will separate. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like.
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirt.
All right. I'll see what I can...
Thank you kindly. And
Aqui é onde tem uma outra missão. É. Então que eu tenho que caçar tá aqui mesmo ainda. O que quer que eu caço tá por aqui mesmo. Use o quadro de caçada. Ah, de novo o quadro de caçada pra caçar uma coisa, tá vendo? Duas coisas pra caçar, mas toda vez que eu vou nesse quadro eu não consigo saber onde é que estão as coisas, cara. Cara, sempre me confundo com isso. E bombas. Achei um lugar, a moringa. Essa moringa tem um monstro aqui. Pera aí, então. tá legal. Peraí, pra gente estar aqui. Beleza. Se eu posso botar um marcador lá? Deixa eu ver se posso botar. Aí. Eu mostro ali. Pra lá que eu vou. Lembrei, tá legal. Tá aqueles bichinhos logo ali? Ah, agora a esperança pra mim. Eu acho que tá ligeiro. Uma coisa, um bicho eu vou matar hoje. Tô pra dizer que um desses bichos lendários eu vou conseguir achar hoje. Vamos lá. Ah, vai encarar aquele bicho ali não. Vamos direto pra cá. Vamos lá, pra cá. Aí, ó. Isso. Virar pra esquerda lá. Lá que eu vou conseguir. O problema desse jogo é que eu fico usando só os marcadores. Não olho o nome de nada. Ah, lá, ó. Ali, ó. Aqui tem algum bicho aqui. Os dois que eu tenho que pegar. Até agora eu não peguei nenhum. Não, teve dois que eu peguei por acidente. É esse aí. Tem um outro que estava me cobrando um tempão, mas agora tem esse aí que vai ser o Bomba Rex. Beleza, vamos lá. O que faltou da minha parte foi olhar o mapa com mais atenção. Ele vai ser bravo, tá? Não quer fazer não. Agora fiquei até empolgado agora. Gostei de ter vencido esse. Tem que achar só mais um. Esse local. Aqui, né? Eu tava aqui, a Moninga. Legal, legal. E o outro tem que ir. Ele fala que é portão oeste de Caer Norvente. Portão oeste. Aí tem portão do Glorioso, tá? Ele não fala que é o portão. Portão fluvial. O Norvente. Será que é por aqui? E quando eu venho pra cá, já vou cair naquele... Já caí no mapa mundi. Poço de Lambert. Portão do Alhador. Passagem. Túnel. Enforcada lá perdida. Meio perdida disso aqui. É só um. Ó, o Norvente é aqui. Não pode ser por aqui, cara. Será que é aqui mesmo? Pode ser. Tô achando.
This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more.
Já esqueci de pegar as cinzas já.
That should do it. If the wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Depois eu vou no engenheiro, mas eu vou taxar essa próxima missão aqui, eu vou conseguir. Vou conseguir, né? Tá firme? Acho que eu sei pra onde eu vou agora. Quase certeza que eu sei onde eu vou. Aí eu saio daqui e já vou para outro local. Que é esse caminho, já vou pro mapa mundi. Ah, tá, abre aí. Aí, ó. Perdeu. Aguenta aí, aguenta aí. Olha, Norvente. Pra mim deve ser aqui. É por aqui, cara. Portão oeste de carne Norvente. Glorioso. Deixa eu ir pra cá. Acho que eu vou ter uma perspectiva melhor disso aqui. Vai tá, filho.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Vai chegar pra cá. Por aqui. Acho que vai ser melhor. Vou chegar ali com um negócio interessante.
You know what you have to do.
I won't let you down. If you're ready. We leave at once.
Isso, beleza. E agora eu vou fazer aquele caminhozinho ali. Esse só... Quero achar aquela outra ave rara. Se eu não conseguir, vou seguir voltar pra base, pra missão principal. Vou ficar... Menos uma eu consegui, né? Achar o lugar. Menos um eu achei o local. Tava chato, tava. Vou olhar o mapa. Por aqui, legal. Puxa pra cá. E vamos.
You make it look easy.
Minha esperança tá por aqui, cara. Que essa criatura que eu tenho caçado esteja por aqui. Vamos ver, vamos ver.
There's a good boy. Nice try. This one.
This one's awake. Let's see what's inside.
Não tô com tempo pra isso, não. Sério mesmo. A última esperança é que ele deixa um portão ali. Vamos lá, travessia. Peguei tudo porque eu tinha relação com esse nome. Tava lá na descrição com... algum mole muito feio aí. Tô observando.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Sid, it's good to see a friendly face for once. Most of the faces we've seen lately have been the snapping, snarling kind, and since the sky has changed, the beasts have turned ever more beastly. We don't have the numbers to put them all down, but we do our best to shoo the worst ones away from us.
Pensei realmente que fosse aqui por perto que eu poderia encontrar. Eita, deu uma travadinha bonita aqui agora. Vou deixar por aqui. Opa, achei, era isso mesmo. Cara, era aqui mesmo, cara, era aqui mesmo. Achei finalmente. Hipogrifo. Te achei. É, só tô lerdo, não. Só um pouquinho.
work will have to wait. Ogle, look sharp.
Eu vou largar a mão. Vou largar a mão. Caramba, finalmente achei esse bicho, cara. Caraca, achei ele. E não. Finally. Agora tem que lembrar que foi a pessoa que pediu essa missão dele. Sei que do outro cara da bomba Rex lá, sei lá o que.
Something there, boy.
Tinha uma pessoa presa. Foi por isso que eu vim pra cá. Por isso que eu tinha que resolver essa questão aí. Ah, garoto. Agora não devo missão pra ninguém. Acabei. Cara, eu demorei pra te vir te buscar, irmão. Perdão. Tem uns 6, 7 vídeos dessa temporada que eu vim te salvar, cara.
The name's Camille. Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't she send you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, and thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Eu ainda tenho que resolver os 3 pontos das missões principais, tá? Eu acabei de resolver 2 questões aqui. Uma é o negócio daquela coraça com esse cara, e a outra é por aqui. Aquele cientista doido lá. Beleza, resolvi.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die. You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they've slaughtered them.
All this fuss over a few dark clouds.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough. You're a gent, Sid. Let none say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it worked.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic. Thought we might use it to breathe. I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze it.
Well, it can't hurt to...
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a moment. Well?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? So
thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to just... And I'm telling you, there's plenty.
Caramba, quero dar um puxão de orelha da minha esposa aqui agora. Mas, agora o inventário cresceu, né? Tá maneiro.
And with a bit of luck... How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regard.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my nut still. I'm glad you found him. This is...
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so long. Don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would. I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old... Right, now that's sorted. I've got... Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
What do I owe the honor? What do you want? And?
Still alive, are you? Coin purse weighing you down? Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
I don't want to see any more of our friends hurt.
Ainda tem uma missão aqui no esconderijo? Tem que ter uma aqui e uma aqui. Não? Uff.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
I can hardly lift my arms. The curses.
Is there anything we can do? It doesn't feel right sitting around waiting for the world to right itself.
What happened to the sky? Do you think Sid broke it?
Hush, you two. He did no such thing.
After Drake's head, I was beginning to wonder if you'd lost interest in Sid's grand scheme. But here we are. Another crystal cracked, another nation in disarray. The mantle of outlaw well.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they've slaughtered every single one of us!
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
What'll happen to the gardens?
Too many more days of
We'll get through this, Martel. Promise.
Pois bem, pessoal, tem uma missão aqui que eu não sei qual é, mas já tá dando já paciência, né? Tem duas missões aqui, uma principal e uma secundária. Vamos ver qual é a secundária daqui, depois a principal. Aqui não vi ninguém com normalmente esse sinalzinho, iria aparecer na cabeça de alguém. Ah, tá bom. Ai, quanto rolo. O vídeo tá roda presa, legal. Roda presa, legal. Vambora.
Fucking thieving bastards. My shop.
Why would anyone do such?
Pra variar, eu não posso, né? Não posso seguir. Não posso seguir, então vamos pra principal, então. É o jeito.
Sid. Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried? You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago. Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus, and at this rate, it won't be. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you. Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might... These accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady Conrad. May I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalimil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? that a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Oh, I'm ruined.
If I had my pickaxe, I would have...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's
Lord Underhill.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty...
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplement. And while I applaud your endeavor, which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
No, I didn't say it was good. Merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
We have. But I would not see any...
Mummy, I'm scared.
My shop. Why would anyone do such a thing?
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
They mean to overwhelm us. You're finished. Attack! This one.
É brabo, hein? É brabo.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not...
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalamil.
We all saved Dalamil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take the plan worked, Sid.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
So,
where did you learn to swim?
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with.
Leave now, they'll be gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run, loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers.
I'll see what I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang.
All right.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch.
Perhaps.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am certainly not a baker. Master must have ruled the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the mother crystal.
I hated her. But she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touched, she was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work. If you miss the fang, maybe you could recapture it somehow.
Recapture it? I'm a baker, not a... You know, you might just be right. What a fool I've been! I have to get back to the bakery right away. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. You've opened my eyes.
Wait. Suppose you won't be needing an escort then. That's better. Guess we're all ready.
Want some more? This one. My turn! Drink your blood! Help me, boy. To me, boy.
Essa é mais uma daquelas ameaças que aparecem naqueles quadros, né? Mais um.
Those who kill for sport deserve no better.
Come on. Faster.
All right. That'll do, girl.
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my... Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high.
Master, it's red.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. Her steeple peaks, her fulsome spurs. True, my loaves collapse more. And look, inside. Master, I have found my purpose.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looked, not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally put... I don't know how you did it. Now, Dusan, I know you're keen, but do you...
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Them not. Not a chance.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place...
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalie were making ready to leave, just as the skies turned. And we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they've got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any
I will. You two be safe now.
My brothers.
Shh, don't try and talk.
Mad dogs. The law of them.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't, sir.
So...
Lord Rossfield, if you...
Martha seemed to think you might need some help.
We thought we could sneak by them, but we didn't know there would be so many. Behind you! Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Mad dogs, the law of them.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
Just patch me up as quick as you can and get me back out there. My brothers need me.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we? Nice try.
It's over.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. and whether that's sooner or later we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you...
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Ross. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch?
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your... I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one.
My Aunt Hannah once told me, you have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would... not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain so...
I would not have it any other way.
Agora o que falta é só esse aqui. Então, beleza, então. Galera, chega ao fim do vídeo. Esse vídeo ficou muito cheio por causa daquelas missões secundárias que finalmente eu achei aqueles dois, né? Aqueles bichos excêntricos ali, né? Mitológicos ali, consegui achar eles. Então, como eu entendi, eu tenho que achar eles na unha no mapa, não adianta. Mas teve um local ali que estava de difícil identificação, o nome que fazia referência foi mais fácil o primeiro, aquele da bola de fogo, né? Mas desculpa aí se foi meio uma nota essa gameplay, vou fazer alguns cortes, ver se eu otimizo mais um pouquinho. Mas já deu mais de 2 horas de gravação, já fica meio complicado renderizar esse vídeo, já compromete a estrutura do arquivo, a integridade, tá bom? Grande abraço pra você, deixa o joinha, verifica a sua inscrição no canal, muito importante. Muito obrigado por prestigiar o nosso vídeo, grande abraço e até a próxima.